But I have spoken to Premier Horgan twice in the last 2 days on calls with the premiers, and we've all extended our solidarity with the people of British Columbia. We've offered any support that Alberta can provide. I will be speaking again to Premier Horgan specifically on that later today. And I know that Minister McIver has reached out to his counterpart, the BC Minister of Municipal Affairs, to see if we can be helpful. As well, my Chief of Staff has reached out to Premier Horgan's Chief of Staff. So we've certainly done the outreach to just, first of all, just say on behalf of Alberta that we stand behind British Columbians who have been affected by these weather-related flooding and the damage. And, you know, so many Albertans are originally from BC. They have relatives and family there, so I know that we're all concerned. I was on a call yesterday with the Prime Minister and the other premiers. We all indicated to Premier Horgan our willingness to be helpful. That's more relevant to Alberta, perhaps, because this is going to affect us in a very direct way. As you know, the world economy was already dealing with supply chain challenges. This will become very acute now for Alberta and then the rest of Canada, with the destruction of parts of the Trans-Canada Highway and some other roadways, as well as the critical CP rail line. And I think the CN rail line has also been affected in some areas. And so a lot of the trucking and rail traffic that brings goods from the Port of Metro Vancouver to Alberta will now have to transit through the states of Washington and Montana to come back up. That's why I asked the Prime Minister yesterday to consider relaxing some of the COVID travel-related protocols for truckers and others who are coming north in terms of testing and other protocols. We need to make sure that we have to do everything we can to facilitate movement of those goods through the United States to come back north into Alberta. But our first concern is for those people whose lives and homes have been affected, and we just want to be there to support them morally and, if we can, in any way practically. But perhaps there's heavy equipment that we could provide to help them accelerate the repair of some of their roadways, and that's why we've asked the Transportation Ministry to reach out. Perhaps there is emergency support that we could provide to some of the communities in the BC mountain interior that may be stranded or facing a flood situation. We're always there to support our neighbours. This past summer, when BC was facing a serious forest fire situation, we deployed many of Alberta's wildfire fighters to help out in British Columbia. And if there are any particular needs, we'll be there. I don't know if BC has yet called upon the Canadian Armed Forces, but as you know, they don't have a regular army base there. But I would fully expect that if the Government of Canada deploys military, many of them would likely be coming from CFB Edmonton. So, but in any event, anything we can do, we want to be helpful. We just haven't had a specific request that I know of up to this point.